I digress. However, when you deal with the original scientists, all these guys knew that since God is a God of laws and he's governed by precepts, then if I observe the different laws that control the universe, such as gravity, such as rotational pulls, such as agriculture, when you get into men like George Washington Carver, agriculturists, they also study the laws. Or when you get into astrologers and astronomy, these guys studied the laws and the behavior patterns of the stars, and they came up with almanacs and the best time to sow and reap crops. The biggest lie is that this universe is not being orchestrated and being produced, if you will, by laws. So laws, in the sense of Proverbs 3:1, has a greater expanded meaning than just meditating on God's laws, his words, the laws he gave Moses and Noah. You know, it has a greater interpretation because you can study the laws of God and come to a conclusion and pretty much be able to make yourself successful in life down here. There are laws of money. If you study the different laws that govern money, such as saving, such as conservatism, you know, such as different precepts that deal with how things flow, all of these laws are microcosms of the major law. So whereas a principle that is applicable in physics can also be applicable in medical. This is where you get that algorithm, the principle of the algorithm, how when they replicate themselves, it all begins to seem like another picture of the bigger picture. Music is governed by laws. And when you study musical laws, again, you will see a lot of correlation between the musical laws and the laws that govern reproduction. They're all microcosms or fractals of the greater law. This is where